And excellent job there, man. Excellent job from Undisputed Finest. He moves on in the tournament.
You know, the craziest thing is here's the two stats that I am absolutely stunned by.
Uh,
For jabs and straights for iGame You Watch, he only landed 15 jabs
uh,
and only 10 straights. That is crazy. While on the opposite side, you see in the triple digits or the double digits for Undisputed Finest SEs moving on to the semifinals. But kudos to iGame You Watch. That is the end of his regular season and playoff journey. We will see him
It was a
possibly
pleasure
in the
having you.
next season. And he put on the show, able to get the body
He did.
work, able to diagonal lunge. He put on the clinic, and unfortunately, the judges didn't rule in his favor. But we will see him again. But you know what that means, Omni? We
I do.
have our first semifinals matchup. It is going to be Uncle Talent versus Fight Night's Finest, aka Undisputed Finest, in the semifinals. But we still have one more. We're just talking about the semifinals. But that's gonna be interesting matchup down the road. But Omni, any thoughts about that before we go into our final first round matchup?
Uncle Towner versus Undisputed Finest. My man, Fight Night's Finest here. Uncle's got talent, but I don't know how much talent you got against the Finest. That's a
Ooh.
tough matchup there. A 3 versus the 7th seed, and both of them are going to be gunning to get against potentially either the 1, 4, or 5 seed here. So I mean, it's epic. It's a good fight to watch. It's going to be very entertaining.
It's going to be very entertaining, and we will get to that as soon as possible. But now it is time to find out who is going to be Priox's semifinal competitor, as well as we are going into our next matchup, which is going to be something that I think this might be an actual fight in that contender, as we see the number 4 seed, Addict85, going against the number 5 seed,
I can't think anymore.
Loso, in this last quarterfinal matchup. And Omni, when you see this matchup here, this could be the closest matchup that we've seen in this whole round.
I agree, and I couldn't agree more. I mean, Loso has had amazing matchups inside of this. One being a fight of the night when he beat iGame You Watch, and that's Loso. And Addict has a victory over Prioxis by decision. And that's these you look at the caliber of that. Look at the caliber of these two fighters. You know you're gonna see something epic. And where they are going ahead with these picks, Ryan Garcia or is it Jorge Linares or just George Linares?
Yeah, Jorge Hernandez. I mean, we've seen him before in the ESFL. Very good competitors to use in the ESFL undisputed regular season. But Ryan Garcia, we saw Prioxis use him very well in the first matchup. So could possibly see a mirror match if we see Loso move on forward after this matchup. But again, you need to go through Addict85, who is looking to make a show, put on a show, and just give everyone just that amazing performance to get fight of the night.
We are underway. Let's see if these guys can get another fight tonight.
Yeah, you'll see. And also, just a quick reminder, get your predictions out on Twitch. We are also live on Twitch and on YouTube. This is our ESFL Undisputed Grand Finale Tournament Finale. And I am your host and commentator, Kingsley. Alongside me is Ruthless Omni. Ruthless Garcia is being used by Loso. And on the right side, Addict85 is using Jorge Linares. And so far, different pace than what we saw in the last fight. Both guys actually go for it. And a little bit more of the head hunting that we haven't seen before.
Yeah, I like what I'm seeing so far. They're both taking a little bit of out of the book of iGame You Watch, and they're using that footwork a lot now. I like that. That's a lot. That's very realistic. A lot of people are going to move diagonally and step out right to the side like that. They're going to move just like that, you know. So it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. But what's making a lot of sense is that both guys want to get in the phone booth and try to brawl each other. You see the diagonal lunge trying to get into his opponent's face. And while Addict85 moving back a little bit forward. Oh, but gets a nice left hook to counter his opponent and just working with the combinations. Not getting fully close. But this is where the match is going to be won right here. This close face-to-face combat with the hands. That's going to be figuring who's going to make the most amount of mistakes to give their opponent an opening to land some vicious counters.
I like the feeling in the process they got going on here. Another hook lands there from Loso. Ooh.
Yeah,
Ooh.
they're taking a little bit of a homage to Bone Doing Work with the No Stand gang. I know War Life and Bone Doing Work have been crazy about going for these brawls, going for these crazy fights. And it seems like these guys are obliging in the first round, along with the filling out process here.
They are. They are, and we come to the end of the first round. This 98 to 96. That's not bad.
It's not bad,
That's
but
not bad.
one thing you have to point out, the right swelling could be a little bit of a factor if he keeps on getting hit with those counters.
Yeah, left hand, landed flush. And as we continue to move forward now, Addict looks like he's trying to establish a bit of the center, but feels comfortable not being. See that? Like that jab. Ooh, nice lead hook lands there, flush from Loso.
Ooh. But a good job landing so flush and another one. Just back and forth we're going in this contest. And one thing I'm very curious about, Addict85, being more of an outside fighter, if he gets towards the ropes, how's his escapability? Is he going to try to go for the side step to get out of his way? He used a little bit of a back step to get out of the range, but it seems like Loso is obliging, going forward, trying to not chase his opponent, but going directly towards the opponent. These are like two different things when it comes to it. And with 150 left, we see kind of a little bit of a back and forth, not really as many punches, trying to gauge the distance a little bit better.
Yeah, they're missing quite a bit, but I like it. The feeling of confidence there. Loso feels very confident to throw that deep in. At the same time, from Addict85. But Addict85 has been very patient. And there you go. And he lands a good flurry and tries to exit with a left hand. And again, nice one wild jab. And wow. Gets himself cornered here. And I like that we're seeing Loso push that aggression and try to turn him around and beat him up a bit.
Yeah, the tuning for Addict85, he was able to get into that corner, but also fight his way out. Not only is he just like moving, he's actually punch, then take a step to make sure he's not in that full corner. Because right now, we're about to see that situation again, where this is not hooked into the body as well from Loso. Loso is looking like he wants to put damage on that black ace and onto that center as well. 18 seconds left in this contest. See what goes on. Oh, good shots. Coming from both guys, trying to trade a little bit there.
Yeah, I like this. It's very feeling the feeling process is definitely taking place. That lead hook lands with the jab at the end, and then they're paying for it. They're trying to kill each other at the end after the ball. Good. That's what we want to see. Murder. What it is.
Kill or be killed, right? Just
killed or be
murder.
killed. Exactly.
So are we saying like Texas Chainsaw Massacre or like something like Saw?
That game is going to be so great. That game is going to be so great.
Not sponsored, by the way. It's sponsored to CFESA for sponsoring this amazing tournament as we go into the third round right here, as the action is hot and heavy into our last first round matchup here. Loso trying to do a good job with Ryan Garcia, taking more of the center of the ring right here. But Addict85 moving forward, trying to be as patient. Saw his opponent towards the corner, but not really obliging going to the corner as well. Do you think that's a strategy that he might go forward with in the later round?
Maybe. I don't know when it's good to be in the corner unless you can rope it.
True, like rope unless you had like the striking like that in iGaming Watch where you could just run forward and just attack the body as much, you probably don't want to be in the corner. So maybe Addict85 saying, hey, let me take a step back, let me turn my fight the right way. But going forward, he's just getting hit with some good shots from Loso. Loso doing a nice job to protect his head, protect a little bit of his body. And when he's going forward, he's trying to open up the body first and then go straight to head. But with 1 minute to go, let's see what Addict85 has to do with the counters.
Yeah, again, it's flashy, right? The flash signifies the counter shot is flashy, and that was good. It does seem like Loso's having a little bit of trouble with playing at range, but Addict is landing some jabs and shoots and nicking up to the body and the head, and I do like the Loso game. Throwing that lead hook just there. He's trying to establish that range. He is not, other than now, he's not really giving up the center. And now he is, and now he's looking to chase, and he gets countered with a jab to the body.
He gets a nice counter. Oh, but a vicious shot from Addict85. He used all of his tank, and now he's very low, not really able to fully capitalize because of the fog of war. But a good statement from Loso to at least enter back from that vicious cross that we saw.
That's crazy. 86-89 at the third round. I mean, maybe it's not too crazy, but that's a lot of damage being taken, on average. And he recovered 4%. So in 3 rounds, he had on average 6% taken away from him. That's pretty
See,
interesting every
the
round.
fact that you did quick math, I would be so scared to do quick math on the broadcast, but kudos for you for doing it. But as the Box predictions, you look at the numbers, 29-28 in favor of Loso right there. But do you think that's a viable strategy? Could he keep up the same pace, knowing that the damage could be going lower than he's doing with quick math?
Yeah, I mean, you gotta bench your opponent, right? You get paid to punch each other. So, yeah, you're gonna try to keep up with the pace. You better, or you're gonna get absolutely trampled. Look at that. Another jab lands and a lead hook attempted, but I think it was blocked. Oop. Ooh, again. He keeps playing the lead hook. It's successful.
Yeah, it's very successful, and I think Addict85 is also leaving his head open because once he goes into his opponent, he's going for the body shots, and he's getting pieced up. He really did that nice successful moment last round, going with a vicious trade. If he continues to do that, and also the stamina, using a lot of stamina in these trades, I don't know if he's going to be very careful about it, maybe taking a sign, but Ryan Garcia is not taking a full step back. He's going to the center line, and then he's moving forward towards his opponent. 1 minute remaining. Into the go. Oh, good lunge into a right hook. Landing nicely for Loso, but Addict85 landing it a little bit for his own. Both guys going to the well again, trying to find their favorite moves. Nice left hook landing from Addict85. 85 able to find the whip from his opponent, trying to attack the body. Another one again. Oh, but another slamming counter shots galore from the shots. And then 15 seconds left. Both guys are obliging to the destruction, to the violence that is coming with boxing. And so far, let's see how we can end this round again, because we are going to the 5th round. And good chaps, good shots. What do you think of the 4 rounds that we've seen so far?
Well, the combinations coming from Loso when he is disengaging is rather spectacular. When he gets into the pocket, he'll go forward and he's trying to throw that chuck left hand. We're seeing a lot from Addict85 that is just simply, I'm going to jab and throw straight to the body and such. And that's being responded to with vicious combinations, about 3 or 4 shots within each. And at the end of that round, you saw that he had landed a jab, a straight, and a chuck hook at the end of the combination. It's a very basic, very strong combination. 5th round underway. I wonder if Addict85 is going to be able to push forward and get himself through this, maybe dominate the center is what he needs to do.
Yeah, he's been mostly an outside fighter, so taking the center of the ring could be a viable strategy, trying to change up the pace a little bit. But Loso, he's doing such a nice job working his way with the left hooks. He just needs to get a little bit more forward and trying to make sure the timing of those lunges are in his wheelhouse, so he can land those counter jabs, where he can land those counter punches to the body. Because right now, he's getting a taste of his own medicine, and Addict85 is obliging.
Yeah, he just landed that lovely right hand on the counter, and he again lands that left hand up top. Keep your eye on that. We're going to see that swelling go up a little bit more if he continues to do that. And there's a back straight punch, another jab. And the feeling out process is there, and 2 straight punches to the body, and then 1 lands to the head from Addict. That was good. 2 combinations from Addict85, and 2 pressure here from Loso, and a counter left hand hook to the body coming from Addict85. At this point right now, another left hand lands from Loso. He's doing good. He's pushing him into the corner, and they're really pushing the pace here. This is exciting. And again, left hand hook lands from Loso as he got caught with a jab himself. That left hand is really going to cause a lot of trouble later on. And again, he lands it. That's about 5 times. And he gets countered there, but this is incredible. Holy guacamole, man, with some lines.
Yeah, limes, lemons, and everything. Just make everything sour into that boxing. The one thing that might be a crazy injury point is that the injury points for Addict85 have been very good. Attacking the body and going straight to the head every time he lunges in.
Oh,
It seems like that's been the movement, but Loso able to define the round with a right hook into a left, and that will cause some damage onto Addict85. Even though it had some good spurts, both guys having some amazing moments throughout those rounds. And now going to the halfway mark of this
they
round
just go
6
right in.
into round 12. They're going straight in, and maybe the injury point, maybe going to the body first for Addict85 might be the time that he needs to find the flow state for his boxing swing. But for Loso, here, this needs to be the key. Will he try to go for the counter, to go for the hooks? Will he try to take one of those body shots to land these straights right here? Because it seems to be working here on him.
It does. He might start to do that, but that lead hook up top from Loso is just money. He continues to know when to lead it. And I really like, look at that. That's another counter there from Addict85. He's done that numerous times and it lands to the body once again. And there, they just exchanged it. And he got landed. He took one and gave one. He got hit again, though, with that left hand. He really needs to be careful of that. That's about 3 times just in this round alone. 4, count them. And now, Loso, it's just not ending. It's not ending. He is aggressively landing these hooks up top, and Addict85 is honestly being chased around. He's being chased around this ring, and I like now that they said that he's now allowing Addict85 to move forward. That's pretty awesome.
It's a little bit like a roadrunner coyote situation. You're trying to chase him, you're trying to catch up to him and land all this damage onto your opponent. But so far, it seems like it's been a wild goose chase. But Loso, can we have like a timer next to us and just like count how many times this has been happening? Because it seems to be working. Like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And when you're into the later part of the round, we're gonna see the Cup Box prediction scores, but the stamina very low for Addict85. Needs to be very careful. He's getting hit with these punches, trying to go with the jab, but not able to fully take the punishment. Everything recovers from the stamina. Addict85 whipping a lot. Counters galore from Loso. Trying to put a bow on this round. Round 6 might be Loso's round. Love to see. But coming back, Addict85 going to a brawl. And that would be the end of the round.
That was a great round, gentlemen. That was a great round from both of these guys. You called that great. Those counter shots toward the end there from both of them was fantastic. And I counted 9 left hands that landed flush with the hook on the head of Addict85. Only 78%, but that left side swelling, I would imagine it would have been the right side, is not looking too bad. Look at that. That is a lot. That's lopsided by 2 rounds here. If you believe CompuBot, then you would believe that Loso's down by 2 rounds.
I mean, hey, when you get hit with those vicious straights into the counters, it's working so well for Addict85. 2 rounds up, you still have plenty of rounds to play with. So Loso is still not out of this. You can see that CompuBot's prediction scores and motivate him to do something more like action-y towards his opponent. Maybe try to force the issue, not trying to chase, but maybe taking the time to work somebody out like that with a nice straight into a left hook coming from Loso. And now it's all about, will you not chase? Will you directly go towards your opponent and cut the ring off? This is the ropes. He could finally enter his way in, but Addict85 doing such a smart job outside of the center of the ring here.
Gets caught again up top, and you're absolutely right about that. I really like this rear body uppercut that Addict85 has been throwing. He's also following it up with a lead hook up top, and look at that. He almost landed something flush, but he avoided danger, and he used that to act in movement. Now we're seeing a lot from Loso. He's pushing forward. He understands that we're halfway through this, and CompuBot thinks you're up. I can't let that be the case. I'm going to tell the story about how I came back in this fight, and he's doing so. He's moving forward, but he just got caught, as you saw, Kingsley, with 2 left-hand jabs, and look, he lands a counter straight of his own. This is a very aggressive pace that they're both pushing out here.
Very impressive, and like, damned if you do, damned if you don't. Even though he got countered, he says, screw it, I'm just still gonna throw. I don't care about the repercussions or anything. I am gonna throw caution to the wind, because I want this belt, I want this victory. And with 15 seconds left, who is gonna take more of the advantage going to the 8th round? Because the round 7 is going to a close. You see Addict85 trying to get his range game going, trying to land some good lunges away from Loso. In the end of the 7th round, this is going to be, who do you even get that round to? I want to say Addict, but
Again, these are just two back-to-back awesome rounds here. I would say Addict does as well. I think he landed a lot more times.
Oh, but you saw a power shot from Loso using the Ryan Garcia, trying to go with it straight, not fully landing. The range game from Addict85 has been working very nicely, trying to work in the center a little bit. But the body shots landing. Ooh. Oh, but gets punished with a nice left hook, right hook. Blockades being implemented a little bit more from Addict85, but now he needs to be very cautious. Maybe launch away, maybe refuse the blocking, because right now the body shots could be landing from Loso if he wants to go now.
Good shot there coming from Addict85, lands it straight to the body and follows up with a jab up top, and he does that again. That backward moving jab has been money for him this fight. And again, he tries to do it, but he gets caught with, once again, left hook. Call it, man. Left hook from the Pharaoh. He's continuously landing that, and he goes for an uppercut. It lands on the block, and now he gets caught to the body, but he lands a counter shot to the head as well. Oh. And like, that was awesome. 2 hooks land successfully on both sides, but I would say Loso got a little bit better out of that exchange.
Oh, and
that is awesome. You're right. Again, lands the hooks up top, lands that power straight at the end there. And this is got Addict85 moving back a little bit more because now it's getting a little dangerous for him. A power attempt misses there from Loso.
When you get hit with those hooks, it just changes you a little bit because right now you're like, oh, I want to hit the bite. Oh, I want to go with my jabs and straights. But when you get hit with those hooks, it changes up because you never know when it could be a flash knockout or you're low on stamina and you just have nowhere to go. Because right now, when he's standing his holding, he's getting hit with some basic hooks from Loso. And Loso is obliging that blockade is being low. But we don't know what Loso's stamina is going to be. We know that it can be fairly up. But with 10 seconds left in this 8th round right here, Loso trying to push on the pressure. Addict85 trying to survive this round, trying to land a left hook, but not really in the full range. And this is where stamina and health has to be a concern for both these fighters, as the left swelling of the head of Addict85 needs to be something he needs to watch out for. Watch out for the hooks.
Yeah, but we're going into the 9th round, so we're going to see one more CompuBox prediction. And the way that I've seen it so far is, we're seeing Loso land. That was really solid. Right hand to body. We're seeing Loso land these good shots and counters, but we're seeing a lot of shots successful like that coming from Addict85 because as he notices Loso is coming to the pocket, he throws that backwards jab, which is allowed. He throws it a lot, but he just got caught there by 2 hooks, Kingsley. Now, what do you do if you're Loso and round 10 comes and you see that you're down? You don't want to be there, right? So you're going to be pushing forward.
You got to go for it, right? Like, you've been getting these hooks. That was a nice uppercut. He's working well from what he did from the early rounds where he was trying to chase his opponent. Now he's not mostly chasing. He's directly hitting his opponent, and it's working. It's just, you're going to need to take a lot more punches. You need to go your opponent into a false sense of security to get the strikes that you want. Maybe you land a power shot and not get hit with counters like that with a counter jab landing from Jorge. Addict85 trying to answer back with his own personal shots, but the blockage needs to be also another factor, right? If you disrupt the blockage a little bit more, you can leak out your shots. But body shots like that, taking them, giving him a false sense of security into the face, trying to go for these hooks, and that's what he needs to do. That's the moment.
That is the moment. He caught him twice there with those hooks, man. That is the moment. He hit him again with the left hand.
Ooh! Just digging into the bar, carving with a shovel of a right hand towards the body, and it was the left hook landing as well as flush. With 20 seconds left in the 9th round, we still have 3 more rounds along with the 2 championship rounds. Who is gonna go into the semifinals and face the #1 seed in Prioxis? Loso says it's him with the hooks. Wow, Addict85, he's very close to getting hit a lot with that stamina so low, but he will survive. But it could be anyone's fight, but Addict85 has to be feeling good in these next 3 rounds.
53% damage, 69% stamina on Addict85's side here. Now let's see what CompuBox says. CompuBox says that this fight is a lot closer than it was before. A lot closer than it was before, and that is amazing. 1 round difference between these 2 guys.
Danger, danger, Will Robinson. You're in much fuego because right now, Loso just saw that whole come, you're about to predict the score. Is like, okay,
Until Fire
lock in
Garcia.
right now. I am going for the gusto, and I want to get my opponent as much as possible. I want to get him out of here. While Addict85, you have to feel like you did some work. You were able to land some good shots, and now you're only up by one. These 3 rounds, you might as well think of it as a best of 3. Because the 2 other judges, who knows where we're going in scorecards.
Yeah, I mean, and as we discussed earlier, let's say this draws, that's a rematch. That's an immediate rematch too. So that's like, you don't want that. You want to just move forward, man.
Oh, God.
At some point, GSP, George St. Pierre loved talking about fight. I love listening to him about fight philosophy, and he talks about feinting. He says that what I would do a lot is I would feint, because after a while, your body and your mind gets overloaded. You can only process so many things. So he'd feint all these different shots, and it would lead to a lot of victories for him. And this is the kind of thing that if you end up fighting again because you just couldn't pull it out and it goes to a draw, well, your mind is going to have more to go off of. It's not like you're pushing through. You've been practicing for 2 weeks. Simply put, you're putting more stress on yourself, and that can be a disadvantage going against somebody like Praxis. So you want to get this finished.
Yeah, you want to get this finished. You don't want this to be a test, and that's like being a whole exam that you have to prepare for. But right now, Loso is preparing like this is the final test right here, trying to dig into the body with a buddy uppercut himself. So with 15 seconds left, we're going towards the 11th round, and with the way this whole round goes, both guys are definitely feeling the pressure. This is something that you don't want to see. Oh, but a good straight, trying to move away from the corner. And now Addict85 with that combination, who knows? That could be the difference. That's how close this whole matchup could possibly be. He could be up 2 rounds, or it could be tied up. And if it goes to a draw, mind you, the semifinals are next. So we might have an immediate rematch if this goes to a draw. So it's up to both of these fighters. Do they want to win it? Do you want to be a fighter and win that illustrious ESFL undisputed belt? It's all on the line in these next 2 rounds. And you can see it on the face of Loso. He has his opponent's son. It's a little bit of a stamina low, but he's not taking the chances. Who knows how his stamina is gonna be? But Omni, this is mom spaghetti time.
Yes, it is mom spaghetti time. You don't wanna, you gotta lose yourself. And then you gotta go into it, man, with the mindset that this is it. I want the belt, and I want to bring it home. I don't want to have to go through a draw. So if you're Loso, you need to fight almost perfectly the next 2 rounds and hope that you just win the last one. And if you're Addict85, you're doing the same thing. It's both the same game plans, but you need to do what got you ahead in the rounds in the first place. Nice left hand land again from Loso all night with the hooks. And now all night with the jabs as well. You're Addict85 throwing those jabs. We are coming close to a minute 20 seconds here, and the second to final round.
It feels like the tone has shifted now. Now we're going to a phone booth fight. You saw the hook coming in hot and heavy from Loso. Loso able to land another left, while Addict85 surviving, clawing, trying to work his jab, trying to work his straight, trying to work into the body, trying to be a complete fighter situation, trying to go for a power shot right there, but whips completely. Loso not able to fully complete the punishment of that whip. But so far with 30 seconds left, here we go. Left hook, right hook, landing, dig into the body, gets a counter, gets another one to boot. 20 seconds left. Loso feeling the confidence, feeling the rhythm, the sweet science of the Swift in the boxing. Landing again, both guys going for it. And we still have one more darn round to go with on me.
Yeah, and that body uppercut as Addict85 has been throwing. That rear uppercut is sneaking right in there. 845 damage, 57 stamina. You can only speculate on what it looks like for Loso. We are coming to the 12th and final round here. And what is amazing about this entire scenario is that it's so close. So, emotions are going to be high in this last round. And this is when you go for broke. And luckily, Addict85, from what we can see, has enough stamina to do so. And we can imagine the same coming from Loso. Let's finish this up.
Let's finish this indeed. We'll see how this quarterfinal finale ends up. And let's see who's going to go into the semifinals. Loso with the Ryan Garcia trying to push the pressure with 2 minutes and some change left to go. While Addict85 on the right side using Jorge, trying to find his way back out, using more of his blockade, and not really pushing the pressure, but more trying to conservatively Get the strikes
Nice
as he
jabs.
gets a nice
Ooh.
landing counter right there. And you see it. Both guys going for it now. These trades are going to be very damaging for Addict85 if he keeps going in because Loso is looking for these vicious hooks.
He just got caught there. Loso did with a jab and a straight, and then followed up by a jab as he exits the pocket. That has been Addict85's calling card this fight, and we are getting down to the last minute. So here comes another jab there, and at this point now, it's power shots. Another one lands special against him.
Oh, again.
There's a cut potentially forming there on Addict85's head. A little too late, but still putting us in 30 seconds in this fight.
Yeah, anything is possible. As you said, some changes for the 30-second mark. Addict85 resting on such low stamina, trying to will his way through the semifinals. Well, Loso is trying to change the narrative, trying to change the book with these couple of punches. 10
This is some
seconds
BS, man.
left. Who is going to the semifinals with Blaze of Glory? Both counters back and forth, and we will go into the judges' scorecards, and your winner will be, Addict85. He will go into the semifinals to face the #1 seed in Prioxis.
And that is interesting. Pi has a loss against Addict85 this season.
Ooh, that's true. This
Look
is
at this.
Run
It looked like it was a masterclass. We're talking Hulk Hogan here, grabbing the shovel, burying his opponent there with the judges' scorecards. And it was all over the place. Nobody really came to consensus, but 118 to 110 does not seem to be very accurate. Look at the strikes that have landed. More so Loso